Hello all, Seriously is here, back for some No Man's Sky Shipyards, and it is Christmas Eve, maybe, as the recording comes out, depending on where you are in the world. Maybe it's Christmas Day. So we're going to be doing some Christmas building today, and we're going to be doing a toboggan. I've already built most of the structure. It was not complicated at all just snapping. I just flipped stuff upside down. We've got a reactor and an engine in some weird spots right now. We're going to fix that, and we're going to do some coloring and some decorating, but this is the general gist of it. We'll take a peek. I got all decorated myself for Christmas. Some candy cane colors. Don't know if we could build a candy cane. That would be pretty difficult, I think. Maybe. We're going to call it the Star Sled. Here's a peek at it. The cockpit is hidden behind this panel. You can't see through it in first person, but you don't get blocked by it to sit in it at all. So I would like to make this a fully functional ship and have lots of stuff like I do for all my ships. So we need to merge and hide these thingamajiggers. We can't get rid of these rooms here and replace it with these sorts of things because why because, well, actually we sort of can, but we would need to do a glitchy trick. So let's do a glitchy trick. The other place we could hide them, which would also require a glitchy trick, and we could just do with one of these like there, one of these there, move that there. So now it's off by a half, and we could merge that down. Then we could copy this right there into the floor, but it would stick out like that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete the wing, fan wing, get rid of that room in the middle. Let's see. I might have to do it on that side. I can't remember. Down here, this piece. Okay, now it's on this side. That's perfect. Copy that one and snap it in again. Copy this, snap it in again. We actually only, you know what? We don't need to do that. Let's delete both of those now. Okay, so now we have double snapping points. I'm going to make a double snapping point into this room. Then I'm going to pick this up and move it in. I can't copy it from the front, but what I can do is make another one. I would like 3 of these. We want good light year range on our toboggan here. There we go. Yeah, and we should be able to see them through the windows. That way we can't see into the habs. That's actually very helpful for what I want to do. Okay, is there anything else we want to hide in there? We do need engines, but I think I'm going to hide them down like we were doing before over here because they are rounded or can be on the sides. And I'd like the trail to come off the bottom. I already have landing gear merged into this piece right off of the cockpit sides. So yes, if I could, I can't tell which room I am deleting. I think that's the one in front. Yes, and now we can see No, I don't know if we're going to be able to snap that in there. Oh, that does seem... Does it turn red? No. Okay, that's fine by me then. And we're going to put another one in. Weapons, photon cannon. Whoops. Over here. And we should also be able to get a secondary room in there of some kind, but it doesn't have to be functional. However, I do like having 2 of these on my ship, so let's try to do that. And we're going to color this green. Yeah, that's the greeniest green we can get, but you know what? We might be able to get better reds. Okay, take that, we'll make one there, and we'll make one there. Now I can delete all these rooms. Do I want to delete that room? No, I want to leave those rooms in. I can delete the engine. We don't have a thruster installed. Thank you, game. I'm going to delete that. And that. We should be able to copy them in again in a minute. Then we're going to do what I did earlier with a hab, a fan. I'm going to move that hab over one. We're going to copy it and merge it into the middle here and here and there. Can take that one out of the middle now. And then we're going to snap an engine onto the back of each of these, a thruster that is. I would like a double wide one, but let's see how they interact. That's okay. I might want to move this forward a little bit, actually. Or we could try the short one. I think that's also going to stick out a bit. Let's put this back in. Get rid of the room. Yeah, it does also stick out a bit. Okay. So, whoops, wrong one. What other thrusters do we have? There's also this one. Oh, that's interesting. One of these is off by a half already. That's neat. There we go. That actually sticks out more. Okay, I don't like that. So what we're gonna do, get rid of a bunch of these. We're gonna move this forward by 1. And we're gonna merge that one that I liked. This will do. Right here. We're not going to see this, but in case any of that red shows up, we'll go with the red. Sticks out a teeny tiny little bit, but it's a rounded edge and it's red, so we'll go with it. Looks good to me. I did notice something at the top that doesn't match the bottom, and I like the curve we have on the bottom a bit better, so we're going to try to match that up here. Before I delete all of those, let's make sure it works. Pick up that, rotate it. Copy that, rotate it. Perfect. Okay, yes, that does work. So we can delete that, pick it up and rotate. There we go. Yeah, a little bit more toboggan-like. Just a little bit of a lip there. And, you know, we might be able to fix that too. Flip that upside down. Sure. Now the thing that we can't fix is this line here being those back end like that. We would have to make it windows of some kind, which we could do, but they're a bit odd looking, I think. They just stick out a bit far. I would like them to be flat, if you know what I mean. We could do, these windows are a bit more flat. And they break up the thing a bit, so we'll do that. Yeah, very toboggan-like. We do have weapons. We've got everything installed, so you know what? We're going to apply our edits. We're going to head up here. And we're going to build a storage locker. And we're going to build... I don't think there's much point in building any of these, but we're going to build one just in case we want the colors from it, because those are the other two color palettes. Go back into here. So now we can choose a color on this, say like that. And go to build mode and then pick a part that we're using. For example, I think it's these. And if I just place that there, so that's a red we don't have, but it's getting the wrong color red. If I could pick the color on this again, it's making this, I mean, it is a secondary color. I can't tell, are these different reds or not? They look pretty identical to me. Okay. So I don't know that we necessarily need to do any color glitching here. If we already have basically this red on the Corvette palette, like if we go to here, to these parts, see, red and light gray is already one. It's called red and white here though. I thought if we had red on this part, we wouldn't need to hit the reverse and we could get a metallic red and white. But apparently not, and this green is not as good as the Corvette green. That's a much nicer green. So I don't think we need to do anything. Let's check the sign colors. Let's go like that, actually. This has a pattern on. We're just going to pick that so we can see which colors are which here. It's like the whole thing is white, even though we picked one with red. What if we flip the colors? Nothing. Metallic. Very silver. That's nice. Okay. Apply to the whole Corvette. apply the whole corvette. That's cool. So we changed the colors of a bunch of stuff, but it's all much more silvery, like a white color now. So let's see what we can do. Changing some individual colors. Let's see if we just make that red. Oh yeah, that's nice. And then we would come to maybe these windows. That's nice too, but what if we make them green? I can target those. There we go, get some green in the middle. I'm gonna make these ones green too. And we'll do the opposite up here, green on the top. And red down here. The other thought I had is we could do, say, a checkered pattern, but it looks a little bit more like a checkerboard instead of stripes, so we're going to go stripes this way because we can't get diagonal stripes like a candy cane. And these ones were green, so these ones will be red too. Okay, as for this, we're going to be covering this part up anyway in a second, so I think I'm just going to delete those decorations, and we can leave these nice and silver for now because they'll be silver on the bottom this way. Oh yeah, we didn't change, or we changed these things. Red, are they metallic as well? Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. The windows. That didn't change anything to change the color there. No, it doesn't change. Okay, apply our edits. Let's go back into decorative mode. And we're going to cover this up with a nice carpet. We don't want to put our space-suited bottoms on a cold metal frame here. We need something nice and comfortable. So let's see what we can do about that. Let's go into first person. Let's try not to fall onto the cockpit there, or between the cockpit. And hey, we're right on the right spot. Let's put a rug here, and we're going to make it giant, as giant as we can make it, which is that giant. And we want it to still be on the surface there. Perfect. Okay, and then we're going to put another one here. I don't really want it to go off the edge, so we either need to do smaller carpets or overlap like this. Now it's not going to be lined up. Not bad. Not straight though. Okay, what if we come from this angle? Then we can get it as close as we can and centered, hopefully. 1 pixel. That looks pretty straight. Let's increase the size. Already gone off center a bit, so we're going to try to correct. Could be worse. We're going to fall right off the edge here if we're not careful. Yeah, that's a bit better. These things stay pretty centered. I'm happy with that. We just need to do the same thing here. Let's try, and maybe we'll pick a different carpet for some pattern, some texture. No. Don't just click. Line this up. Make it big. We'll go sideways till the frills are overlapping. I can't tell if that's straight. It doesn't look straight. Or rather, some of the lines do and some of them don't. Go with that. Too close, huh? Yeah, this one we can't really do that with because it's a bit of an angle at the back. So what if I turn around? If only had something to stand on here. Or we could just put it on maybe an angle. I have an idea. We're going to pick this one here up. Okay, we're going to move it back to the corner where we want it. Almost goes off the edge, that's fine though. And then we're going to copy one. Then we should be able to put one here. That works a bit better. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just like a winter blanket, you know, a towel. Yeah, we got to straighten that a little bit. We'll pick it up from this side. Yeah, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Okay, let's do that again on one more side. And I think we're pretty much done. Copy the size and everything. Can't tell if it's straight. And we're going to run into the same problem we had last time, so let's start at the back. This feels a little bit higher up, actually. I am going to copy this one. Still feels higher up. I can't explain how. Like the frills are, like if I just put this down. Clearly on top, whereas here, they're almost the same height. It's hard to explain. It's pretty good. I'll just move it. Just gotta go a bit back with this. Pretty straight, even. Good. Copy that. And one more over here. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. I would go for a sled on this Christmas toboggan. We could even do something fancy like... Where are those parts? Got some wires in here somewhere, right? I think these are the best ones. Get them straight, make them big. Oh, that's a shame. We don't have anywhere... Oh yeah, we would want to put them on this kind of angle anyway, so we can do two handholds. A handhold over here. And then one on the side. How far over were we? About here? Something like that. There we go. It's not quite the drawstring I had on my toboggan as a kid that we could pull this by, but I think it works. Do we want to go for a test flight? I think we do. We've got some space left, so let's put some green Starship trails on here. Oh, we're not done yet. We forgot a room in here that we used for setting some stuff up. Go to build, modify the star sled. There we go. Apply those edits. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. It deleted our carpet. I'm glad I checked. Copy. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I wouldn't mind if it were. That's better. Okay. So no decorations on the inside, but a fully functional sled. So, to all of those who celebrate, Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. We'll be back later this week in the new year for a Corvette calendar of all of my Corvettes built this year in 2025 as we go into the new year, but not including this one. This is our Christmas sled for Christmas Day. All right, well, that is it for this time. Until next time, everybody, have a good time.